Hello guys. Hello everybody. Up school. Okay, we are going to make this as quick as possible. I want to ask a question. And this question, the person that gets this question, I'm going to buy the person lunch. Okay? Now, what's this question? The question is, can you hear me? Are you listening? You see that I got your attention. Anyway, the question is, where does money come from? I mean, money, where does it come from? I need somebody from the back that is very sure. You are very, very sure. Oh yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, you. No, the one in front of you. Okay, you. Come here. That's number one. Another person, I need somebody from here. Oh yeah, you, come. Okay. Hello. Who is very sure there? Who is very sure? Oh yeah, you, that second guy. Oh yeah, come. Three of you. Now come here. Where does money come from? If you get it, I'll buy you lunch. Okay, you introduce yourself and tell us where money comes from. Yeah.
My name is GCI.
Yeah, talking to them.
Money comes from creativity.
He said money comes from creativity. Thank you. Hey. Can somebody else? Oh yeah. Let me take okay, hold on. Which house are you from?
Grey house.
Grey house. Money comes from creativity. Thank you. Okay.
Money comes from the knowledge.
Say it again. Money comes from knowledge. Thank you very much. Sorry. Which house are you from? Cows. Thank you.
My name is Dunmoye.
Okay.
Money comes from resources.
Money comes from resources. Thank you very much. You can all go. Thank you. Don't worry. I'll tell you where money comes from after I finish talking about coding. Hold on. So, just listen to me. I will tell you where money comes from. I'll tell you if they are correct or if they are not correct. Okay? So I'll tell you where money comes from. Okay. Now, my name is Dunmoye. Okay? So just as my colleagues have said, we all entered GCI 88-89. Can you hear me? Okay? We all entered GCI 88-89. Hello, the house, you are making noise. I know that right now, you've listened to a lot of speeches, so you are getting tired. So just give me some few minutes to just listen to me. Whatever that you can learn from us. We are not going to be here every time. So just listen. My school number is 7474, and I was the head of car house myself. Anyway. Hold on. Okay, anyway. Now, I want to tell you something, and I will link it to what I'm trying to talk about. I want to talk about education. Why is education important? And I also want to hint you some things about technology and coding. Are you listening? You are not. This place should be silent so that I can hear you. I need to hear the silence. I want to hear the silence. I'm hearing people's voice. I want to hear the silence. Fantastic. Now, what I want to tell you today, which is important, and you can put this, and you can you don't forget this wherever you go. Okay? So, as I said, I was the head of cows myself. Do you know how I became the head of cows? I'm sure not a lot of people knew how I was actually chosen to be the head of cows. I will tell you, and I will link it to my story. The way I was able to, how I got to be the head of cows was because of one thing. Can you guess? You can't guess. What did you say? It's not because I knew book. It's not because I was very fantastic at in mathematics or anything. I became the head of car house because I could play football. Hold on. Now, I used to play the left side of the wing. So I'm like the Alonso, the Babayaru, the Aminike from the left. So that's where I used to play. So the headmaster, I didn't know him. What? the head of the car house headmaster, I didn't know him. But apparently, he's been seeing me play football. And the guy, he doesn't know my name. You don't know what he calls me? Outside left. That was the name he calls me. He didn't know my name. So when they were trying to put the list of the people that will become prefects, he knew in his mind that there was nobody else except me. And he doesn't know my name. Outside left. So he started looking and asking everybody, do you know that boy that used to play left? Do you know that boy? So they came to call me, and he said, okay, well, you're going to be the head of car house. And he now told me that, when you are the head, there are other people that work with that are other prefects. He also said, see, go and write the names of anybody that you feel can work with you. So I wrote the names of other people that, now why am I telling you this story? The reason why I'm telling you is that there's only one reason why I was the head of car house. And the reason is because I had something that was valuable to him. And that is why. Just because of that one thing is why everybody else could have been, but they chose me. Now, going to your story and going to education. As you go ahead in life, as you go ahead in life, things are going to happen to you. The skills you have, the education you have, the mentors that you learn from, the people that influence you, they are going to determine a lot in where you are going to end up in your life. Just as I said, I only had one thing. At that time, I could not code, but I could play football. And because of playing football, I was able to get something. So as you two are going in your journey of life, it is what you can do, okay, that will make way for you, that others are going to see, that others value. It's not just that you can do it, others value it. That is what is going to make you a superstar. When you look at all the musicians today, we've talked about some of them today. They sang a song that was very interesting. You love the song, and that is why they are popular. There is something that they have, and just that one thing is what is making them go on tour all over the world. And for you too, as you are going into education, there was a young man that I was talking to. I said, going to school, who are we going to school for? Why are we even going to school? Okay, why is it important? Who cares? Okay, now let me just give you an analogy. It's not the only analogy, but I'll give you that analogy. Let's say, for example, there is a company. Let's say, for example, there is a company. The name of this company, let's say, is Amazon, or let's say it's now. You guys play games. Do you know who is like one of the big guys that build games around the world? Like all those game makers. Who can tell me? What? Activision. Which game did they do? Call of Duty. Do you know Call of Duty? Fantastic. Let's say, for example, the company that built, listen to me, God of War, Call of Duty, whatever. That company, hold on. Let's assume that company, excuse me, that company is that company is making a lot of money because all of you are playing the game. So they are making a lot of money. Now, they need somebody to join their team. Okay? Are you listening to me? They are looking for somebody to join their team. And that person, they need him to come and join their team to help them in building the next Call of Duty. Because the guy is just so good. Now, where do you think they will go? Usually, they will go to the universities, the top universities. They go to the departments where they have the best graphic designers there. The number one, number two people, those are the people they would employ and probably pay them $300,000, $600,000 a year. Okay? They pay them that kind of, they pay millions of dollars for that person. Now, let's look at the story of that person. Remember, a company came out. The company has money, billions of dollars. It's looking for people to join them. And when they join them, they will help their business to make more money. And they are willing to pay the person $1 million even per month to join them. So they will not just be going anywhere. They will go to where the best people are. They will look for the best school in the world, where the best people when it comes to graphics are. They will pick the best person. Now, let's look at the story of that person that they picked. The person they picked actually came from one, you remember that this is a university. That person is probably the best in that class. There are other people in that class, but they picked him. Now, that person, before he entered that university, he went to a secondary school. In his secondary school, it was because he did well, he cleared his papers, and he was able to be one of the few that entered that school. Okay? That was what gave him his opportunity to even be in that class, to be the best in that class, and to now be earning $1 million. That same person that entered that secondary school went to a primary school. So the way our life is that our parents will say, okay, you need to go to school. Okay, now you went to primary school. After primary school, you did the exam, you entered GCI. After GCI, you will do exams, you enter a university. It might be in Nigeria, it might be outside Nigeria. After that, you compete with your peers. You might be the best, and the best companies will look for you. At the end of the day, what has that education done from that guy? At the end of the day, that education made him make that $1 million. So if you ask me, that boy, when he was in school and his mom is waking him up every morning, get up, let's go to school. It's 3 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock. Oh yeah, go and do your assignment. Go and. Who are they helping? Are they disturbing him? Are they helping him? Is the boy helping the parents? What did you say? Some people believe that they are going to school just to help their parents. Let me just go to school so that at least let me do it for them. You are doing it for yourself. And when you do it and do it well, and you are good at it, you keep. What happens is that the people that have money in this world, that are willing to give you money, they are looking for the best. And when they are looking for the best, they go and search for where there's competition, where the best are. So you have to always be where the best are. If you leave GCI, you need to go to the next school where the best are. For you to be there, you must clear your NECO, you must clear your everything very well, so that you can be there. And when you are there, even if you cheat and you enter that place, when you get there, you will not be the best there. Because why? You cheated, you did not study. Now, when you get there, even if you cheat, and then you enter that big but to enter the organization doesn't care. They are looking for the best, and they will test you. They will test what you know. So if you don't, as at that time, you've wasted your time, because they will not employ you. So the point I'm trying to make when it comes to education is that you are not going through all this education thing because of your parents. You are going through it for your own life. Now, let me go back to, I want to talk a little bit about coding, and also link it back to what I said in the beginning. When it comes to, now, I started learning coding in my 100 level. What happened back then was that I was at the University of Ibadan. There was a lot of strike. You know, we're always going for either one, what do they call it? One strike or the other, and they send us home. So when I went home, so what I used to do then was that for some reason, based on the friends that I was working, you know, the friends that I have kept, because of the friends I had, then I started learning graphics, I started learning coding. I was just learning it just to have fun. But at the end of the day, that journey is what took me to where I am today. Now, let me tell you something. By the time I was in my early 20s, about 21, I had already started a software company. And that company, there was a day I was in front of I went to one company, I was consulting for that company. In that company, when I was doing the presentation, the people I was presenting to in that company, the least person in that place, there were about 25 people in that room, the least person there has minimum of 15 years experience and has gone to one of the best schools in the world. Either they have gone to Harvard, they have gone to Oxford, they've gone to Stanford, okay, they've gone to MIT. Those were the people that were in that room. Meanwhile, me, a 21-year-old boy, I was standing in front of them and I was consulting, meaning I was teaching them something. I was telling them what to do. Are you listening? I was telling them, how was I able to do that? These are people that have 15 years experience. They've gone to the best schools in the world. Yet, me, that I just came, a 21-year-old, I was telling them what to do. The reason was that I could do something that they could not do. Now, let me tell you something. One of the few things that you can know more than me, or can know more than people of our set, or your parents, if you look at it, one of the main things that you can have as advantage over your parents, that in fact you can teach your parents, is technology. Do you agree with me? When it comes to technology, your parents don't know as much as you know. It means that if your parents have problems, they will come to you. But in almost every other thing, you have to go to your parents. But when it comes to technology, social media, coding, Facebook, everything, you know it more than them. Because you know it more than them, they will listen to you. And when they listen to you, they can then get to pay you. So the point I'm raising is that I'm not going into, learn JavaScript, learn this. I want to just try to tell that. So there's some skills in this world that they call high income skills. There are skills that if you learn it, they give you high income. Now, part of that skill is coding. Because a lot of people, they feel it's too hard, so they don't do it. So meaning that only few people will do it. And let me tell you something. Coding is like a language. A language like every other language, like French, like Yoruba, like every other language. That's how coding is. But now, instead of speaking to humans, it is the language of the computers. It is what you use to talk to a computer. Now, imagine if how many humans are on this world? The number of humans on this world, if you add us all together, we are not up to 8 billion people. 8 billion. We are not up to 8 billion. We are about 7 point something. The number of computers and laptops and phones and co in this world is more than 22 billion. It means that if you learn just that one language, the language of the computers, you can control computers and tell what computers will do, when they will do it, how they will do it, over 22 billion computers. You know the knowledge and you have the language to talk to the computer. When you have that, a lot of people will come to you because they want to do something to talk to the computer. But they can't. They can only speak English. They can speak French. They cannot speak code. So if you can speak code, which they can't, it means that it separates you out of a lot of people. And that is why. So when they're telling you today, learn coding, it's not just you are learning it because you want to do what? Separate yourself so that you have something that everybody does not have or that a lot of people don't have, and you use that to stand out. Do you see the reason why you need to learn to code? Who here can see that reason? Now, let me now just jump back to the first question I asked in the beginning, and to round up. Where does money come from? Okay? Now, let me tell you, all what they said are good, that they've said good things. But where money comes from is actually not from knowledge. What else did they say? It is not from creativity. What else did they say? What? Resources. It's not from resources. Do you know where money comes from? Money comes from the pockets of other people. That's where money comes from. Let me tell you, today, hold on, today, if you are going to have ₦1 million, that ₦1 million will not directly come from creativity. Yes, creativity is useful. All those things are useful. But bottom line, that money comes from somebody else who has that money and gave you that money because you solved a problem or you did something for them. So money comes from the pockets of other people. Now the question is, in your education, what are you going to learn that will make you valuable, that other people will want to put their hands in their pockets and give it to you? That is the whole bottom line of education, of coding, of everything. You need to learn this major thing, that money comes from other people's pockets, and you need to be valuable, and they will not dash you the money. They will give you that money because you are valuable. There is something you can give them. I agree, most of you right now, if you want to go and eat out there, and you go to the person that is selling the food, and you say, oh, I have creativity, will they give you the food? Okay, now why are you going to that person? You are going to that person and you are ready to give the person your money. Are you giving the person your money because the person has creativity? You are giving the person your money because he will give you food. There is something that he has. Now that person is making money from you, from your own pocket, to get to them, and that's the bottom line. So everything you do in life, just put that at the back of your mind. Money comes from where? Thank you very much.